5 of Kourtney Kardashian and Scott Disick's most epic fights. 5 of Kourtney Kardashian and Scott Disick's most epic fights. Kourtney Kardashian and Scott Disick have had a very tumultuous relationship since before they decided to air out their dirty, and very expensive, laundry on the decade-long reality TV jackpot Keeping Up with the Kardashians. The two never married despite momager Kris Jenner's best efforts, but they do have 3 beautiful children together: Mason, 7, Penelope, 5, and Rain, 2. And even though Scott has referred to Kourtney as the love of his life numerous times in the past, Kurt seems committed these days to a non-romantic relationship with the Lord. They seem to be co-parenting better than ever, but that doesn't mean Kourtney and Scott don't still have their flare-ups. As recently as this past summer, the two were at each other's throats, in a fight that aired on Sunday's episode of Cup, after Scott showed up to the Cannes Film Festival with Bella Thorne while Kourtney attended with current boyfriend Jens Benjama. Tensions grew even worse after Kourtney refused to invite Scott to sister Khloe Kardashian's birthday party. But there were many storms before this comparatively calm period of time for the pair. Some were small, others were disastrous, and most were incredibly funny. Between Kourtney's complete apathy toward everything and Scott's constant state of delusion, often induced by alcohol, the two have made for one of the funniest couples in reality TV history. Below are the 5 most epic fights between Kourtney and Scott, in chronological order. During a 2010 episode of Kourtney and Khloe Take Miami, Kim Kardashian, Kourtney and Kourtney's then 8-month-old son Mason came home from dinner one night to the smell of marijuana. When Kourtney confronted Scott about the smell, Scott, who had passed out in the bedroom after a night of drinking and partying, lost his temper and punched the mirror in a fit of drunken rage, causing his hand to bleed profusely. It was the first time in the 3 years the Kardashian franchise had been on air that producers had to step in to get Scott to a hospital. He ended up requiring surgery, which Kourtney refused to attend. "I can't do this anymore," Kourtney said in a tearful phone call to Scott. "Like, I love Mason more than I love you." During a 2013 episode of Kourtney and Kim Take Miami, Kourtney was discussing her baby weight gain and made a comment about how she was around 100 pounds when she first met Scott. "Your body was banging when I first saw you on the beach with that little ass," Scott said. The comments made Kourtney cry and sparked immediate backlash online. Scott later tweeted, "Never realized how upset people get when a person makes a comment about weight. P.S. Anyone who has too much to say probably had too much to eat #fate asses." During a 2013 episode of Cup, Kourtney was livid after learning Scott threw out the wood bear her brother, Rob Kardashian, had carved for her. "I kind of have a confession that I need to tell you," Scott said. "That silly wood sculpture thing bear that I saw in the middle of the hallway when you walk in was so disgusting and ruined that whole vibe. That I took it and I threw it over the fence, and I guess it landed in one of those garbage bins, so when the gardeners came, they took it away." "Is that a joke?" Kourtney said, in her usual monotone voice. "What is wrong with you? That is so rude and disrespectful." During a 2014 episode of Kourtney and Khloe Take the Hamptons, Khloe found herself in the middle of a Kourtney-Scott squabble and was advising her sister to have an honest conversation with Scott, who was in the same room at the time. "There's nothing that's gonna come from it," Kourtney said. "As long as he's not going out, getting wasted and disrupting." "Have I done that here one time?" Scott asked. "Don't act like that's a crazy thing," she said. "You did it the entire trip in Paris. And you're effing lucky I haven't done it here," Scott yelled back. During a 2015 episode of Kump, Khloe and friend Kata Jahak McRae had Kourtney on speakerphone when Scott drunkenly stumbled into the room. "Can I come home?" he mumbled. "You are not allowed to come here in that state of mind," Kourtney replied. "This is what he does when he comes home?" Khloe asked Kurt before reprimanding Scott. During a 10-year anniversary special that aired in September of this year, executive producer Ryan Seacrest brought out Scott so that he and Kourtney could address their non-relationship relationship. Scott admitted he and Kourtney were just co-parenting but added that she was the only person he's ever loved. When Ryan asked if Scott was still actively hitting on Kourtney, he replied, "Yeah, I try to FCK her like once a week." When Ryan asked if the door was closed on a romantic relationship between the two, Kourtney said, "The debauchery that's gone on has definitely closed the door several billion times." "Here's the thing," Scott said. "Every time I become too good of a person, she stops loving me because she fell in love with a guy who was a little bit effed up. I treat you like royalty, you don't say hello to me. I spit in your face, you're like, hey, babe." Yeah.